Johnny Allen. I'm still alive. Man, I tell you, sometimes I wonder how I make it, right? It's been a minute, and I would say I apologize, but I was told a long time ago by a good friend of mine. She told me, she said, John, don't ever apologize for anything. I don't know if that's totally true or not, but it's been a minute, and I had to set everything up, and it's been a while. Gonna adjust some stuff here, guys. But anyway, I'm back, and it's good to see y'all. Apologize for the noise on the audio. It's, I don't know, some gremlins that I can't figure out. And I think a lot of it is because it's 7 degrees here in Indiana. By the way, this is Wednesday the 28th, January the 28th, 2026. Can you believe it? Anyway, guys, apologize for the audio. The furnace is running. It's 7 degrees here in Indiana. It's cold as a mother, and, you know, it is what it is. But I'm back on after, like, what, a 6-month hiatus or something like that. But you know what? I'm going to get on here. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to share things. In case you're new to the podcast, this podcast that I throw up every 6 months, seems like. I'm just Johnny Allen. I'm just a normal old guy. I'm a conservative Christian dude, and you know, just a average guy, hardworking dude, and you know, that's it. I just get on here. I'm gonna be 62 next month. I'm an older guy. I just get on here and share my thoughts on this life and this world we live in, and what's going on. Occasionally vent, occasionally not. I'm a musician. I do still play once in a while. I'll share that. We just get caught up. Gonna drink some coffee. Got the coffee mug today's Maker's Mark. Great place. And I'm gonna pause here for a moment because we gotta shut off a television that decided to come back on. AI. All right, so my apologies. You know, we have these things that's called smart TVs. And sometimes they're a little scary. You know, we could talk about this real quick. Let's just get into this. First of all, thanks for joining me. And I'm going to be like Officer Tatum. Let's get into this. Okay, smart TVs, AI. Isn't that kind of scary? Like you talk about something, and it could be your cell phone or whatever, and you're just in the background talking, and the damn thing may not even be on. And then next thing you know, say I'm talking about trains, because I got O-gauge trains behind the camera. You can't see them. But anyway, I'll be talking about, say, trains, model trains, you know, and the next thing you know, I get all these ads that come up for model trains and videos about model trains. It's like, how did they know that I was interested in model trains? It's weird. It has microphones. It listens to you, and the darn thing, everybody knows what you're doing, no matter what it is. But anyway, I'm drinking coffee out of the Maker's Mark coffee mug. I drink coffee on here. I'm still drinking coffee. So what's been going on with me? Well, we got through a snowstorm. You know, this time last year, January 5th, my God-loved my mother passed away. It was horrible. I don't know if I told you that or not. I watched her die at home. I gave her last drink, which was a coffee. It was terrible. And to be honest with you, it's taken me... I'm still recovering from it, the grief of losing my mother. If you guys have lost a parent or someone you really love and you want to comment and share, you're more welcome to do that. But it was a humbling experience, and I was very close to my mother. And, so it's been taking a little while to kind of heal from that. And I've been doing a lot of thinking. And as I'm approaching 62, I'm doing a lot of thinking about everything, like social media, this platform, Facebook, all the social media platforms, what I want to do with it. And like I talked about, the AI knows what you're doing. It's just getting kind of creepy. The whole thing's getting creepy. The whole world's getting creepy. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. The whole world is getting creepy. And I know I've said that, 3 times now? But it's true. It's getting weird. Getting weird out there, people. Man, I'm just going to drink some coffee. While we still got it. So, yeah, I just been kind of just laying low, just kind of, kicking back and working a little bit on music. I'll get into that later. Got another podcast I'm going to do that I wanted to launch by now, but it was going to be another month or two. I'll get into that too. And I'm thinking about, guys, listen, this is over on the Facebook end. I know we're on YouTube now, but this is Facebook. I just commented on Facebook, put it on my wall the other day. I just put it on there. It's a shame that Facebook has become a bitch platform. People want to bitch about everything. And I'm thinking about dropping it. Because I remember years ago when I got on Facebook, when I was dating my wife, my current wife, when we were dating, she had Facebook. Long time ago, right? 15 years ago, 16 years ago now. She had Facebook. I had never heard of it. I was like, okay. So I got on there just to kind of see what she was doing, and we're just kind of keeping communication with each other through Facebook and the phone. And it was just something kind of fun to do. You share pictures of your vacations. You do selfies to be with the mountains behind you and the oceans behind you, and all this garbage, right? That's what people were doing. You share your birthdays and blah, blah, blah. It was all kind of fun stuff, right, when it started off. Now it's become a major bitch complaining platform, and to be honest with you, I'm tired of it. I'm at the age now where I just don't really, I think of life this way at almost 62. For you youngins out there that happen to be watching, you might want to listen to what I got to say. That might save you a little bit of heartache later as you get my age. For the ones that are my age, you guys already know what's going on. You know what I'm going to say. As I'm approaching the 62 mark, I'm looking back at my life. I'm reflecting on the things that I've done that wasn't so great. I'm reflecting about some of the things that I've done that were pretty good, the good times I've had. I'm reflecting back on life, on career moves that I tried and things I tried that failed. Some of them somewhat succeeded. A lot of disappointments though, especially in the career move, money that I've wasted, and friendships that I thought that were really tight that are basically non-existent. The people I trusted that I've lost trust for, the people that turned their backs on me, the people that have, and you end up finding out as you go through and weed out the weeds, basically. You go through your yard and you start pulling the weeds out. You start finding out which ones are the weeds, and then you pull them as you get my age. And you decide, hey, you know what? I just want a green, nice grass yard. Beautiful, lush, green yard. With grass, no weeds, maybe the occasional dandelion, I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. I want my life to be, I'm shooting for my life to be non-stressful as possible. Is it going to be totally non-stressful? No. But I want to get out most of the negativity that I can. I want to push back on all the negativity and stress out of my life. Because I'm at the end of my life now. I'm in the third quarter of my life, right? And I've learned from all the things that used to bother me, and I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm going to do things that I enjoy. If I don't want to do something, unless I absolutely have to, I'm not going to do it. If I want to do something and I can, I will. That's where I'm at in life. I'm going to choose who I want to hang with as far as relationships, and then people that don't want to be, that I've learned throughout the years that really don't want to be part of hanging with me, good old Johnny, that's fine. But, I'm moving on. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because with Facebook, my personal page, I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on from it. And I'm going to post something separately so I can let these people know what I'm doing. So they just don't think I just dropped off the earth and died or something, But I just really thought about this for years, really, not something I just made up, or decided, rather. I've been thinking about this for a while. I just don't need it. Yeah, for one, it wastes a lot of time. You're getting nothing on there but hate stuff. I mean, my gosh. We get it if you don't like Trump. We get it. We get it. If you like Trump, we get it. If you like this, we get it. If you don't like that, we get it. We get it if you got a lot of money and you're traveling all over the world and you're having fun. More power to you. We get it if you're poor and you don't give a damn and you're mad at the world. We get it. We get it if you're just trying to share something fun. We get it if you got to pray if you're sick or whatever, but I get it all. But I need a break from it. And that's what I'm doing on Facebook. I'm just breaking from it. Because you can waste a lot of time on there. And it's just not where I'm at. And this time in my life, I reevaluate a lot of stuff. So that being said, anybody that's come over from my Facebook page onto this YouTube channel, that further explains what I put on the Facebook page. So, and if you haven't subscribed and liked the podcast, I would like it if you did. That's cool. If you don't, fine. That's kind of where I am in life right now. So anyway, the world is a wacky place. It still is. I've been talking about it since the pandemic, 5 years or more, even before the pandemic. I'll probably put the podcast up a little more often now, since I'm going to keep my ass off of Facebook. So the only thing that's going to be on my Facebook, I haven't decided where I'm going to leave the personal page up or not, and you guys are probably getting bored of me talking about it. But I think it reflects on a lot of what everybody's thinking. I think there's a lot of people that are ready to give up their Facebook and ready to give up social media. Because it's a virus, man. It's a disease, man. It's toxic, man. If you let it, it really is. It's toxic, man. It breaks. It's just bad. It's terrible. You get a lot of misinformation. And people these days are just stubborn. It's their way or the highway. They don't want to listen to both sides of any story, no matter what side you're on. They don't want to listen to it. They're right, and that's it. Period. And you're not going to change their minds. I mean, to me, it's just a big waste of time even being on it. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Going to put it on hold. It may just sit up there blank. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can instant message me, but that's it. But enough of my Facebook. So we're going to move on. The way I look at things, I hear about a lot of stuff that's going on. Does it bother me? A little bit, but not a lot anymore. I look at it this way. Nothing's forever. Kind of like the Kansas song. Dust in the wind. Nothing is forever. And eventually we're going to go. All of us are. And I'm just going to live the best days that I can ahead. Not to get too personal, but I've been kind of balancing some, health issues. I'm getting older. My mother died of scleroderma, which is an autoimmune disease. Unfortunately, I have that. She died at 81. She lived 10 years longer than the doctors thought she would. I'm 62. If I live 10 years longer than the doctors, like my mother, I got basically 19 years left. That'll go fast. If I'm lucky. And I just don't know. Right now, it's day by day. That's it. So I'm going to enjoy the life that I got left. And I don't have time to worry about who's posting negative shit on Facebook, I'll be honest. I don't have time to deal with that. Because it used to make me mad when I'd hear something that I just knew was totally outlandish and totally false, and reading into these negative narratives, that are trying to destroy the country. And I've done a lot of research, and I'm not going to bore you with all that. That might be another podcast later. This is just about me at 62 years old sharing with you guys the mindset of a Caucasian Christian man at 62. And I feel like we're being unfairly judged, stereotyped. It's done by design, by the way. They want us to go away, my kind of people, me. They want us to go away. We're not evil people. I talk to a lot of single gals I work with that are young, and just like they'll say, I can't find a good man, or I don't know about men anymore. They might start thinking about batting for the other team, kind of thing. Whatever. And I tell them, I said, there's good men out there, guys, and I'm not perfect, but I'm a decent man. I've taken really good care of my female friends and my wife, and even my ex-wife, way a long time ago. Am I perfect? No, but I really do a good job. I still open the door. I still tell my wife she's pretty every day, and I mean it. I do everything I can. I lay down my life for her. And there's men out there that are still like that. You just got to get off your butt and find them. And to the young ladies out there, it's wonderful to have a good male figure in your life. And I think it's a problem with a lot of them. This whole, girl power and women rule and all that. I kind of get it as far as like, you don't want to be put down here, and you don't want to be, if you're a young woman, you don't want to be categorized and put in a box. It's saying that you can't do the things that guys can do. I mean, there's a lot of things that women can do that guys can do. There's a lot of things that women can do that they do better than guys. There's some things that guys can do a little better than women. And the whole thing I'm trying to say is, we were put here to go together and to have relationships with each other. You don't want to isolate and stereotype individuals. You don't want to put these people in a box. You don't want to put me, well, he's an older white Christian, conservative. Let's put him over here in this box. We don't even want to open that box. Leave that box over there, Or, hey, this is a young liberal, whatever, woman, and I'm going to put her over in this box. We need to kind of tear these boxes down again. Tear the boxes down. Take what's out of the packages. Read the instructions. And then look at what's in the boxes. And take them out of the box and say, hey, listen, this piece out of this box can go with this piece in this box. And when you put all these pieces together, you come together with a nice final product. That's it. Okay, I'm trying to do that scenario. I hope you guys get what I was trying to say there. Cohabitating together is the way it's supposed to. It's the way it's set up. So don't, And the thing is, I get along with everybody in my workplaces and everything. I get along with young women that are lesbian. I get along with young guys that are gay. I get along with young people that are liberal. I get along with young people that are conservative and straight and Christian and non-Christian and Muslims and all that. I get along, honestly, guys, I get along with these people. Some of them I like better than others, and I won't agree with a lot of what they think, some of them. But I get along with them. I get along with them, And that's the way it should be. And I don't think that we should really do this departmentalizing things and putting everybody in their own little boxes. And if you don't like what's in that box, you either throw that box away, or you put it up on the shelf and forget about it, And me as an older conservative white man, and this is just the facts, I see it. My wife's like, are you sure, John? It's not my imagination. Guys, I can tell you, I could go walk in the store, grocery store, and I can smile and say, hey, how you doing, to a young white woman. I'm assuming liberal. I really don't know. And she don't even look at me. Like the blinders are on. Like, oh, I think I can't talk to him, He said something nice. He's got the plague or whatever. I mean, I feel like that, right? And this has happened multiple times. Now, one time when I was working at one of the events I worked at, as I was looking out the window, kind of watching the security job I do and watching the surroundings, and a younger white gal, I'll give her credit, probably in her 20s, was walking out of the building by herself. And it's weird. I was just like, I was inside the building. I'm praying like, the good Lord, stay with her, protect her, make sure no creepies get her and all that stuff. Protect this young lady after walking by herself. And as I said that little prayer, she turned around and looked and waved at me and smiled. And that was so cool. That was like, wow, really? That is so amazing to me that happened. It's a rarity, but it's great. It just, kindness really is really great. Now, but maybe saying kindness, it's like you don't have to agree with everything everybody does, believes, and says, all that stuff. You don't have to in order to be kind, I got to give up how I feel so I don't offend them, and even though I don't really like that, but I'm going to pretend I do. That's wrong too. You're not being fair to yourself. You're not being honest, right? But you don't have to go out there with a stick and beat someone, pound them with it because you don't like the way they view their life and they view life. But at my age, that's kind of where I'm at. I wish that the stereotyping and the bias would go away. I wish people would believe the first things they hear, no matter what it is. And I wish that, like I said, people would people would take people out of the boxes, quit putting them in boxes. And that's where I'm at. Let's drink some coffee to it. Because really, at the end of the day, we're born, we live, we die. That's it. We're born, we live our life the best way we can, or what we see fit. We choose how we want to live our lives. Sometimes our lives don't go the way we plan them. It's just life. And then you're going to die. Those three things are the facts. And, the middle one, I won't do this. Number 2, that's living our life, and we want to make the best of that. There's going to be challenges. I've had my fair share, still do. Well, my challenges now, somewhat financial, not extremely, thank God, because I am blessed to have a spouse I'm married to that we help each other with the family expenses. But things can be challenging, and at my age, I didn't want things to be challenging financially. The biggest challenge, though, at my age, is health. That's my biggest challenge. I'm just thankful every day I get up, I got another day, to be honest. I mean, that's where it's at. So make every one of those count, people. Make them all count. Because you're here today and you're gone tomorrow. That's true. Anyway, I'm going to flip the script here a little bit. Some people might like Bill O'Reilly. Some people may not. I don't care your view on Bill O'Reilly. If you like Bill O'Reilly, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you can just leave it alone, I guess. The one thing I like about Bill O'Reilly is I feel like he is pretty honest about his news reporting. He is pretty honest. Now, he does lean conservative, so people that aren't conservative probably don't like him. But he is honest about, he brings it up. He'll say if Trump's messing up, he'll point it out. He doesn't care. He reports it the way it is. Well, the reason why I bring up Bill O'Reilly because he's had a health scare, and your thoughts and prayers with him because he is an honest journalist, been around for a long time. Like I said, some people may not like him, some people may. I feel like he's personally had a bad rap. Has he made mistakes? I'm sure he has. Who hasn't? But I think he's had a bad rap, and I think anyway, he's got some health problems. And so, Bill, if you're listening, we're praying for you out there. I think he's an honest journalist. We don't have a lot of honest journalists these days. He's one of the few. I got a little bit of sniffles, guys, because you know what? I've been out shoveling snow, and it's 7 degrees out. Yeah, that brings me to the third subject. Are you tired of winter yet? I certainly am. It got cold in October of last year. The wife and I went camping. It was like the week before. It was like Halloween, that week of Halloween, and it was cold as you know what. As old Steve out there in Oklahoma says, it's freezing my man nipples. It was cold in October. It was cold in November. We had a slight warm up around Christmas, and it's really cold now in January. It's been cold for 4 months straight. So anyway, I'm a little tired of it. I'm a summer guy. Anybody knows me knows that. But I thought I'd get up here and do a podcast again. It's been a while. Overall, I'm doing fine. Besides losing my mom back in January, that was tough. Boy, we miss her so much. I'm just glad she's not suffering anymore because she was in a lot of pain before she passed from this earth. Just make your life joyful every day as much as you can. Is it going to be perfect? No. But enjoy it. And remember this. Don't throw people away because they don't agree with you 100%. I've lost, and not by my doing, really. I talked about the stock market once. Lost a good friend over political stock market jargon. Can't even really remember what it was. Now, since then, I ran into him, and we seem okay, but a lot of the people, and including my good friend, or that I consider. A lot of my old friends, especially in the music industry, I never talk to anymore. And I've reached out to them several times, but they don't reach out to me. Now, does that bother me? It used to. Does it still bother me? A little. Not a lot. Because the way I look at it, like I talked about earlier at the beginning of this podcast, thinning out the weeds. And I'm not saying my friends are weeds. It's just you find out which ones want to stay in your yard and which ones don't. And the ones that don't want to stay in your yard, you know, they make it kind of evident. They don't want to talk to you. And they just don't. People change and people move on, you know. It's the old saying. It was like that Bon Jovi song. I can't remember it right now, but he talks about people moving on and the faces fade as years go by. I gotta remember that song. If I do, I'll pull it up. The faces fade as years go by, and that is true. I tell you what, there's a handful of people that I'm close to, and that's some of my neighbors here. A couple people that I go to my church with. My brother and my dad and my wife. And, you know, my kids, you know, they're busy, but, you know, I talk to them occasionally. My grandkids, when I can see them. But, you know, the people I talk to every day is probably like my brother and my dad, and besides my wife, because she lives with me, obviously, but generally, I'll talk to my brother like 3 or 4 times a week, and my dad same. And anybody else, not really. Now, occasionally I talk to one of my good buddies I still am friends with in Las Vegas. He'll call me once in a while. We'll talk. But everybody else just seems to fade it away. I don't know why. But like I said, I can't let it bother me. I got to move on with my life, right? I got to do the things. I'm going to close with this, guys. My poor mother. 1 week before she passed from this earth, she told me, she said, John, I want you to remember one thing when I go. I said, Mom, what is that? And she says, do what makes you happy. That's it. Don't sweat the rest of the stuff. Just do what makes you happy. Now, she said within reason. Like if I was hooked on drugs or something like that, obviously she didn't want me to do that, which I'm not hooked on that, thankfully. I don't even drink anymore. It's been 2 years. Never smoked, you know, that I can remember. But that's it. And she's right. You got to do what makes you happy, guys. It's kind of it's a new year coming up. I'm just rethinking things. I'm kind of in a, not really a somber state of mind right now, but just a different state. Just kind of looking back and reflecting on everything right now, you know. So I got 2 minutes left. I'm just going to close it on what I'm doing with the music front. I'm still doing the cover song project with my friend Tony, although it's slowed a bit. But it's called Retro Music. If you guys want to see it, I'll link it below. I'm working on some new original stuff to put into the library. My publishing company, I've not heard from them in 2 years. Almost. 1.5 years. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm just going to be honest. If you guys are watching, Corey, so I apologize, but I really don't know what's happening. I'm just being honest. I don't know. Last thing I heard is they had a contract with Fox Sports. Every once in a while I'll see people doing well over there, but it's been crickets from my end. So I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know where it's going to lead. Hopefully it'll lead to good things, but I really don't know. But either way, I'm pursuing my own, you know. And at the end of the day, if you want something, I'm talking more like career stuff, you got to do it. No one's going to do it for you. People make promises and say, yeah, you know, we're going to help, we're going to do this. And I'm telling you the truth, guys, for your younger people listening, I'm 62 years old. That's bullshit. No one's going to say, I'm going to help you. I found that to be bullshit, and I'll call bullshit all day on that. Anything that I've done that has been successful, I've had to take the bull by the horns and do it myself. Whether it comes to repairing my old car, or if it comes to getting my music out there, creating a recording session with some semi-famous artists, musicians down, aka Manny Murphy and people like that, in Nashville, Tennessee. Guess what? How that happens is me. I made that happen. No one else. I'm going to be honest. No one else makes that happen. I made that happen. Some of these songs that my brother and I recorded, and the people we recorded with, and even when I was in the Crossroads Saints, I'm going to be quite honest, none of that would have happened if it wasn't for me. The point I'm trying to make is I don't want all the credit for it, but I'm just trying to stress this. If you want anything done, you got to do it yourself. That's where I'm getting at, this whole thing. Yes, I'll pat myself on the shoulder a little bit for some of the achievements I have made through the music industry by myself as a solo artist and with others. But I'm going to tell you the truth. It's you got to do it on your own. You cannot depend on other people, because they're going to bake you a cake, and guess what? You're going to see the cake and go, "Wow, that looks really good. I can't wait to have a bite of that cake." And guess what? You never get a bite of that cake because they've taken that cake and they took it somewhere else and they ate the damn thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's been my experience with, especially with music. I mean, big time. And you can't count on other people. You have to do it on your own. And probably the reason why I'm not as successful as I could be is just on me, because I've depended on other people to kind of take the reins, trusted other people that help me. That never happened. And that was number one mistake with me in music. Number two mistake is I listened to too many other people and didn't do what I wanted to do, where my passion was. And number three is I've been lazy as far as really promoting it on my own. Some of it was trying to figure out how to do it in my defense. But a lot of it, and I'll get into this on my new podcast I'm doing called The Old Rocker Podcast. I'll talk more in depth about the music industry. So when it's up and going, we'll talk about this a lot. But I wanted to get that out there for you musicians out there. To be successful, you have to do it totally on your own. And I mean, that's the way I see it. If you're blessed enough to get someone, a partner that's really good and has the same passion, same commitment as you, go for it. But those people are few and far between. Gonna wrap it up, guys. 32 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. I would say I'll promise to do one sooner. I'm not gonna make the promise, but you'll see. Just hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. All that stuff. Especially the notification bell, because when I come up, you'll say, "Wow, it's been 6 months, but he's got one. Here's the notification bell." That's it. All right, in a nutshell, I'm doing okay. I'm keeping my health, at bay. I'm still walking and talking, and I'll keep you updated on music. I'll let you know these new music sites. I'll post the links. They're not. One's up, one's not. It's under construction. You'll see that. But if you're interested, go there. Remember, do what you like doing. Just do what makes you happy. Without